All right, hey everyone. I'm here with my friend Atena. We met at Funnel Hacking Live earlier this year, where we both got our Two Comma Club awards on stage. I think Atena is up to some really cool things. So, just briefly, if you don't know Atena, she's known as the Queen of AI. She's a marketing genius and visionary storyteller. So, I'll tell a bit about who she is, and then I'll also have her, share some insights and have her share some resources at the end. But just briefly about Atena, she's done a lot. She's one of the top prompt engineers in the world and has done a lot of innovations in the AI industries, especially in the marketing niche. And that's going to be relevant to a lot of you here because all of you are agency owners looking to, see how to tap into the power of AI, right? So last year in 2024, she completely revolutionized marketing using her AI precision formula and launched her AIpreneurs AI marketing education business. She's also launched her AI software business called AIpreneurs Business Lab and skyrocketed past 1 million in subscription sales within just a month. Today, her company is valued at over $20 million, and this is just the beginning. She's also launched an AI community in Skool called AIpreneurs, which is actually currently the leading AI community in the world, which is, pretty impressive there. I think it has 8,100 members from 110 countries. She's actually also became the number one GOAT in school in November, where she won the school games with the highest breaking record. And also she got a Cybertruck too. She broke a lot of multiple other records too. So that includes winning 3 high stakes business competitions in the last year, which I don't think anyone has achieved. And yeah, she's also an international speaker, creator, and the Roger Bannister of business, proving that what was once deemed impossible is just untried. Her mission is a single solution that greatly reduces the complexity and time needed to establish a profitable online business without any tech or marketing background to reduce the rate of entrepreneurship failure globally. So far, Atena has helped hundreds of entrepreneurs to scale their businesses using AI with more than 700 successful stories. Wow, what an incredible bio. Atena, welcome. And yeah, feel free to tell us anything else about yourself or what
Thank
you'd
you
like to share.
so much for the warm welcome, and thank you for having me in your community. So yeah, I'm happy to answer to any questions.
Yeah, for sure. So I think given that a lot of the audience are, marketing agencies, maybe they have a traditional service, whether it's web development, SEO, ads, lead gen. Um, what would you say is the best way for agency owners to tap into the power of AI, especially in this era right now?
Yeah, so with our ARpreneur community, and so majority of the people in our community are agencies. So that is our best basically avatar. So how the our clients are using the AI is that with the SaaS that we have, the AIpreneurs Business Lab, you're basically able to get all of your marketing done in no time. So anything from building funnels to emails to content creation. And then I created the AI precision formula, which is based on the modeling. So basically we have a database of all of the multi-million-dollar funnels, and not just the funnels, but the website, the access to the socials. And what we do is that we find the best funnel that we know it generated millions of dollars in revenue. And then we, in a matter of one click, we go and remodel it for any business. So we created that AR precision formula basically to be able to skip the trial and error in marketing. So what the agencies can leverage this is to use the software and the training to be able to fulfill their clients, right? So at the moment when you want to work with any clients, whether it's a marketing agency or SEO agency or any agency, there's going to be a lot of back and forth with the client to understand the business. So one thing our software is able to do is that without asking any question from the client, but just getting access to information to the socials or the website, you could, in a matter of like literally a click, under a minute, you're able to create an amazing business context for that client. That business context could be used to build marketing campaigns and anything that you want to do. So that basically very much reducing the communication and project management involved to leverage it. And on top of that, you're able to create these million-dollar campaigns. What I say million-dollar because they all be modeled after the million-dollar campaign. So it's likely that something that's already working, if you model it then it's going to work for your business too. And then for every single time we try, we got the, really, really exceptional result. And the same with our clients. Like our client, totally new beginner, they don't even have an amazing offer. They go launch a webinar funnel that has been launched modeled after ours, and ours is modeled after Russell Brunson. Then all of a sudden they're getting like a 40% opt-in rate, 50% opt-in rate. And why is because it's being modeled. So that's basically what they can average, like take advantage of it. Like if they, it's making it a lot easier to scale, right? So for example, if you have a small team, and then how many clients can you get a year? Because there's a lot of fulfillment. You need to create a Facebook ad, email automation, funnel, content, this and that. It was previously taking you like 20 employees, right? For example, to have 100 clients, then could take you 2, 3 employees to have 100 clients. So this is like a ratio is ridiculous. That means you're going to save a lot of money in the payrolls, and also you're able to scale a lot faster. So, and on top of that, they can use it for their own marketing too, not just for the clients, for their own purpose.
Hmm. Yeah, that's incredible. So, from that, I'm already seeing a lot of potential use cases, especially for example, maybe their agency currently does ads for clients, they can have like different clients, put the context for different clients in and have like new ad campaigns come out in minutes. Have the email sequence, the funnels, and like you said, I think it's really cool that it can model after what's already working, right? So if you
Exactly.
take a niche like
Yeah.
for coaches, model after Russell Brunson, Tony Robbins, or anyone you look up to. If you're in a traditional local business, you could take the top local businesses that have the top performing ads or funnels and model after them, right? So I
Yeah.
see a lot of use cases there already. Um, what would you say are maybe some of the most popular use cases that you've seen amongst the agency owners in your community?
So we have the one of the one I actually interviewed in my podcast last week when I was in Miami, Deb. So she's one of the, so when she started, she could 50x her business, her agency in a matter of 4 weeks, 4, 5 weeks. So there's a whole podcast about that, how she could do that. So basically, as she started with no money, no Facebook advertising, nothing. All she was just doing the cold calling, and because her niche is a real estate, right? So she's an agency that providing visits. Then she started calling everyone. She created an irresistible offer saying that I can build you a funnel, automation, everything in no time, in a couple of days. And everyone saying, how is it even possible? Because all the other agency quoted me it takes 2 months to build all of that. Then you could do that in a couple of days. And she also provided guarantee. She provided a result guarantee. Why? Because we're confident with the method that we created, we're able to create those high converting campaigns. So that's kind of like every single scenario that anyone that launched a campaign using that. And we have like example is a Ty Lopez. He's one of our clients. He actually left me a really good testimonial on my website. And the same with them, right? So he left that our team was able to create a really, really high converting marketing copies in a matter of the minutes, and then we try that it works. Every single team we do our business, we use the same thing. We got multiple funnel, we got 2 webinars funnel, we got our website. It's all been modeled, and the result has been all shared with the community. Um, so yeah, but and the interesting thing that there are some people that are into our program, the paid program, they like we got a guy that he's a gutter cleaner, so that's his service. Like he's a tradie, he never done anything with marketing, and you're not techie guy at all, nothing. He just like into tradie. Then he joined the community to be able to use this AI to help to get more leads for his business. And after a couple of weeks, he said like, you know what, this is too easy. Because like you don't need literally you don't need to have any marketing background. Anyone can use the software. So majority of the people in our community they actually get a VA from Philippines for $5 an hour. And then we is trained on the 2 hours how to use the software because it's exceptionally easy. So when I developed the software, I was like, if my 6 years old can use it, anyone can use it. And I designed it that way. And I started training my daughter 6 years old how to use it because there's completely prompt free. You don't have to do any prompt, no typing, everything just clicking around. And then with the because we can literally capture the screenshot or the copy from other places, paste it into it, and the AI would analyze it, create a context. The AI would create a marketing copy. You don't need to explain and say, oh, create me Facebook ads for this. That doesn't work. That's too old-fashioned. So that's the innovation that we did. And so we have a lot of like these cases like that the people have other businesses And then another example is Jennifer. She's a mindset coach and she started joining our community to be able to use the software to help to get more leads. And she was like, you know what? Like everyone in the community, they're making so much money because they literally launched the AI agency. They build the funnels, emails, ads, content for other businesses, and it's high converting too. So they can have a unique selling proposition of basically say, I guarantee 100 leads, I guarantee this, because they're so confident that they can get that result. And she started moving towards like starting an AI agency. And now, literally within the first day that she made that decision, she already made 20K because she started cold calling. She talked to the first cold call that she did, she could convert that person because she said, if you are you happy to give me 20K, I can bring you 200 leads in the first 2 months. And I was like, shut up, take my money. So that sort of thing. So it's absolutely no-brainer. It's like we got lots of the like a success. We got 700 plus testimonial success stories in the last couple of months. And it's just growing as well.
That's incredible. Yeah, those are incredible stories, and I can see how, your software really makes it easy for people, like you said, even without a marketing background to do that, right? Because the hardest part is figuring out, what works and all the steps involved, and you
Exactly.
just really process. And I think what's also interesting too, I was, doing a bit of research, and I think there was like an interesting stat where like, because you have a prompt engineering background, so like I think you've literally put like 4,000 hours of like prompt engineering, and
Yeah.
behind the scenes, there's a lot of things that like makes a software
Yeah.
good, right? So do you want to maybe tell us about that and kind of, all the things that went behind the scenes into that?
Yes, for sure. So the whole obsession has started with the when ChatGPT launched. So when ChatGPT launched a couple of years ago, I think that was like 2023. Yes, 2023. Um, yeah, it was 2023. So when ChatGPT launched, that's when I started getting obsessed with it because I was like, oh my gosh, imagine everything that I do in marketing because I got a marketing background, marketing and tech background. Imagine if I could do it with ChatGPT. And then one thing I realized that the ChatGPT is too generic, it's robotic, it doesn't have expertise. And I'm like that. What I started looking at ChatGPT back then, that is quite different with how other people look at it. I just had a vision of like ChatGPT is like a robot. You know the manufacturers that build the robots? They build the robots, but at the end of the day, you need an engineer to train the robots, right? So if ChatGPT is like that foundation, the physical is there, but someone needs to train them to be able to how to leverage it to the max. So that's how I look at it, and that's how I started becoming a prompt engineer by accident. I never like planned to be a prompt engineer. Like I was just a marketer, and that's why I just got obsessed with it. I was like, oh, I can train it. So I started figuring out how I can make it work. And yeah, spent so much hours, and it kind of got to the point that any software that was available in the market, I would figure it out about what is the prompt behind it by just looking at the behavior of it, how it acts. I do remember there was a lot of AI software that, came out the last 2 years, and they do like, there's an AI software that write the LinkedIn copy analyze it, there's AI software for this and that. And I'm like, okay, so I know. And then I started figuring out about how it does that. And I started creating a prompt for it. And when the custom GPT launched the custom GPTs, I started creating custom GPT. Every custom GPT could be a business by itself. So it was responsible to do a particular thing. So I ended up with hundreds of custom GPTs. And then I started launching my AI Accelerator course. We started teaching people about the prompt engineering, about the prompt, how we do things. And that course was widely successful. However, like a lot of people at the end of the day still didn't make money because it was like, it's still too hard basket, Atana, because with all of these custom GPT has is amazing, but we still need to explore our business. And I found that when it comes to beginners, you need to give them everything. If there's like one piece of the puzzle missing, unfortunately, they cannot do it. There's procrastination, there's like a lot of issues happening. So I'm like, if I want to help the beginners, I need to make it even easier than that. That's why I came up with the idea of the software, and it kind of like, okay, if you can like make it completely prompt free, input free, just clicking around, and to be able to also um, resolve all the current issues with the AI solutions. Like things that another thing is overwhelming. There's like a new AI model come every day. We got ChatGPT, then we have Gemini, we have the Meta, we have the Cloud, and we have the DeepSeek. Like every single day, there's a new one coming. And me being obsessed myself, I literally used to use all the language model with my prompts, see which one works better with what. And I was like so overwhelming. I was absolute headache. And then I have my students say, hey, Atena, this prompt is this. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not going to work, Atena. You have to come up with one single solution that have all the language model in one place and it generate the best output based on that. So that's what our software does. You basically have access to all the language model and you could also compare them too. So if you create a Facebook ads, you could create a Facebook ad in 6, 7, 10 different language model right next to each other. It's all takes seconds. Everything I'm talking about takes seconds to generate it. And then you can compare them and say, oh, wow, now I have 100 different variations of Facebook ad because every language model created it slightly differently. And that's what we started doing. And then I started getting obsessed with the idea of the A/B testing, different language model against each other, like Cloud versus ChatGPT in Facebook ad, which one perform better, or funnels. And I started doing that. Like I went really deep dive into area of the AI and realizing what are the issues, why people are still not succeeding with AI. AI is there. Everyone uses ChatGPT, but the businesses are still fail because we have to make this exceptionally easy for everyone to use and make it to be in a way that any beginner can just use it and don't have to go through a long series of like a learning period because that learning period as we know with the entrepreneurs, a lot of like beginner entrepreneurs, it's like they're just course junkies. They go take a course for 6 weeks and after that they do nothing. And I go like, it's too hard. They go do a course about how to build a funnel, how to write a good marketing cover, how to do that. And I then say, you know what? It's actually too difficult. I'm not gonna do it. And they back to where they were before, right? And I found out the execution is a problem. So that's why we created the software to be exceptionally simple, that someone with half an hour training, they know how to use it and build everything. It just like that was the whole idea. And then obviously we had a huge success. We launched the software in 1st of September to the world. The first 3 weeks we made 300K worth of subscription. It absolutely went viral. And then we by December we generated $1 million in revenue for the subscription of the software and no free trial, nothing. We were just selling an annual. And then people were still buying, like especially agency, they was like, you know what, I can get my return on investment back within the same day. Reshow it within the same day, even though it's a high ticket. Because how much they pay to the copywriter, to the marketers, to the coaches. Um, so that's why we had like a huge success. And we are scaling quite rapidly. We got to the point now we had to pause all of the marketing campaign. We were like, this is too ridiculous. The speed of a scale. Good problem to have.
That's definitely a good problem to have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, you have an incredible journey and yeah, like I know behind the scenes is obviously a lot that came together to go into that, like the 4,000 hours of prompt engineering, all the custom GPTs, also putting it together in like one package that's easy for agencies to use. So, for someone who's listening to this, an agency owner or anyone else interested in AI, yeah, what's the best way for them to find out more about, what you do? I think you got some resources in your Skool community as well. Like, do you want to, share
Yeah.
about that for people
Yeah,
to
sure.
get connected to?
So we got a free community in our school. With the 8,000 member, we give away a lot of free things. We have like a free live sessions, Q&As, guest speakers, and a lot of evergreen courses that I give away for free. So anyone interested, obviously they can join our school community. It's called ARPreneurs. So you can go and search it, or you can just say skool.com/ARpreneurs. I think that's like a ARpreneurs/about to be exact about what the URL is. I'm just gonna double check. Yes, skool.com/arpreneurs/about. So that's how you can join our community and start getting to know me, what we do. And if you guys are interested to try the software, we got a separate community that we sell the software. We got also another community for a mastermind. You're more than welcome to check them both out. There's one ARpreneurs Business Lab. That's a community that we sell the software and ARpreneurs Mastermind. So you're more than welcome to check it out. If you're not quite sure, you can connect with me on Instagram. You can go search my name, Atena Pegler, send me a message or send me a message in the school. So any way that we could connect with you and then we could do a bit demo of the software. And the software has got the lab.arpreneurs.com. That's a URL. And we also now provide a free trial. So with a free trial that there's no time limit, but they can create one business context, which that business context they can use. If they already have prompt, they can use that business context to make it to be completely prompt free. What it means that if
Mhm.
they already have prompt, let's say create me YouTube video, create me Facebook ad. Instead of trying to say create a Facebook ad for this business, they just copy paste the context, which is a very long, a couple of pages. That's information about the business, and they can use it to use any prompt. We give it away for free as a trial so people can start taking advantage of that. And if they're interested to, get access to 100 plus tools and modeling and everything, then obviously, yeah, they can explore that option as well.
Sounds great. Well, there you have it, everyone. Yeah, we'll also include the links to some of those in the notes afterwards. But yeah, thank you for sharing, Atena, and yeah, thanks for sharing this community. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me. Thanks, everyone. We are here to
All
help.
right, bye for now.